Platinum Pro Wrestling in Fort Lauderdale in South Florida. Everybody, you need to check out this wrestler. She's very new, but just because she's new, it doesn't mean she's not good yet. She's been doing very well of late, and getting started in this business, it's something that you watch them wrestle and you can see that there's something there. There is some natural talent there. She's athletic, tall girl, physical, she's got a good look. This is Kamilla Kaine. Kamilla, you're a North Carolina girl. What was it like growing up in North Carolina?
North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina. Gotta throw the Bull City. If you ever see me doing that in the ring, that's what it is, Bull City right there. It was good because I felt like it was very eclectic. So, I mean, I grew up a little bit of country, a little bit of urban, a little bit of everything, and that's kind of made me the person that I am today. So,
what sports were you involved with when you were growing up?
Growing up, I played soccer, which is insane because I could not imagine running that now. No way. And basketball, swimming was a big one. I swam ever since I was 4 years old, all the way through high school. Volleyball, dance, ballet. I did ballet. So yeah, softball, of course, which you'll get to know a little in a second. But yeah, everything my parents could possibly put me in, I pretty much tried.
What made you enjoy playing sports?
Sports, honestly, I have an older brother, Craig, and he always played sports, so I saw him do that, and I always wanted to be involved, and pretty much everything I picked up on pretty easily, and I was always one of the bigger girls, so it came, you know, pretty easily for me, so I enjoyed it.
Where did you go to high school?
High school, Northern Durham, in Durham, North Carolina.
Did any of the teams that you were on qualify for states or do anything like that, or individually did you qualify for state or anything?
I believe our softball team, one year we got into regionals. I got regional player of the year, everything like that. Swimming is sort of individual, so I got into regionals for swimming, which was pretty good because I didn't do year round and everyone else did year round, so stuff like that, yeah.
For softball, you went on and you got to college. Tell us a little bit about getting the college scholarship for softball and why you didn't try volleyball in college.
Yeah, so my favorite sport actually in high school was volleyball. It was always action-packed, go, go, go. But I'm 5'9", which is tall around here, but for volleyball, if I want to go Division I, wasn't really, you know, the tallest, especially for an outside hitter like myself. So I would have got around maybe 30% at a certain school, money-wise. Softball, I was just blessed with the ability. I had a cannon for an arm. I could, you know, hit the ball out of the ballpark thanks to my dad. Shout out John Farmer. But yeah, so I got a full ride over to Campbell University in Bowie's Creek.
Is that the Camels?
The Camels. Gaylord. Go Camels. Fighting Camel. But yeah, so I decided to take on that, you know, that full ride, not have to worry about paying off student loans like so many people do, and I did that for the Camels. So.
What did you get your degree in?
Communication studies, and then a minor in management. Yeah, it's like 3.8 GPA, so a little bit of a jock, a little bit of a nerd also.
Growing up, were you into pro wrestling?
Definitely. I always watched it with my dad. Attitude Era, Lita, Rated R Superstar, Edge. Definitely some of my faves there. So.
North Carolina is known for a lot of wrestling.
Definitely.
A lot of pro wrestling in North Carolina. Yeah. The Hardys started there. You had Shane Helms there. Just go on and on and on. How did you get your start with wrestling, and did you do anything in North Carolina wrestling-wise?
So how I got started is kind of a little bit weird. I graduated college. I was like, I have a degree. I'm going to have a professional job, use my degree. Well, tried that. Not really for me. I'm not an office kind of girl. So one day I was back home and I went to this show, an indie show, in the Boondocks with my dad, super country show, and I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh my God, I was born to do this. Why haven't I thought of it? It was like an epiphany. And so literally I got on Google and I Googled how to become a professional wrestler. And it sounds silly, but think about it. It was like, if you want to do this, how do I get into it? So I Googled, I looked around, found some schools, saw that Florida was kind of a hot spot for, you know, especially the Performance Center being down in Florida, Orlando. And so I started training in Florida, and that's how it began.
What does your family think when you decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to try to become a pro wrestler?
Yeah, so I actually mentioned it to my dad. It's kind of bad, but I didn't mention it to my mom because, you know, they both love me to death. My parents, and they support me no matter what I do, but I didn't want to worry my mom. So I moved down to Florida. I told her that I'm just moving to Florida just 'cause. and I let my dad know I'm interested in wrestling. And then finally it came to, you know, my mom finally found out, and you know, she was just like, be safe, dear God, be safe. And when they finally visited me down, and they got to see me like run the basic spot and, you know, see that it was okay, and so they're fully supportive of me, definitely.
How have you felt? I know it's so early still in your career.
Right.
This is like your 5th match that you're going to be having, but do you feel comfortable in there? How's it been going for you?
I feel super comfortable, and the funny thing is, as nice of a person as everyone says I am outside of wrestling, I love being a heel. It's very fun. I'm super comfortable being a heel in there and working with the crowd. I think I think that's what makes wrestling so special rather than acting or anything like that, is because you get that instant gratification from either you know you're doing good or not from the fans' reactions, and I've been really enjoying that. So,
how did you come up with the name Kamilla Kaine?
So Kamilla Kaine, I was actually, like I told you before, when I first started off, I was going to be Kaylee Dawn, because my middle name is Dawn, but then I realized that I wasn't going to be working face much, and I was like, Kaylee Dawn, that sounds too like country. Kaylee Dawn, that's really happy. I was like, I got to be mean, okay? So I was just laying there, I was like, what sounds really, I don't think I can say that word, but really mean, okay? And I was just like, Kamilla, and then I thought of the wrestler Kane, and I was like, KK. I could do a lot of like easy stuff with that on t-shirts and stuff. Kamilla Kaine, I was like, I like that. And then I got my dad's approval the next day, and my mom's, and I was like, if they approve of my name change, then it has to be good, so.
Not only are you in pro wrestling, not only do you have a college degree, but you're also playing football.
That's right.
And you're in the Legends Football League.
Legends Football League.
Used to be the Lingerie Football League.
Right.
Much different now from that.
Much different.
Tell us about the Legends Football League.
Legends Football League, so we're still wearing, it almost looks like a, the Olympic volleyball players sort of swimsuit type thing with pads and everything, but it is hardcore. Honestly, I would say, I'm not size-wise, but all the girls are kind of like my size. It's not, like when it was Lingerie Football League, it used to be models pretending to play football, and now it's hard hitting. The practices are, I die every practice, and it's definitely just new. I've never played, you know, growing up, girls don't get to play football, so I've watched the game ever since I was little, but getting in there and playing the game, and that's my first sport I've played where it's really a team sport, so it's been a totally new experience. Definitely a lot of fun though.
Now you're playing for the Atlanta Storm?
Landis Team.
Thank you, Landis Team.
Yeah.
You're playing for that team. How did you get the opportunity to do that?
So when I lived in Texas, I had heard about it from one of my friends. He was like, Kaylee, you would kill this, go do it. I ended up moving back home, so I didn't get a chance then. I always kept up with it online. And something in my head, I was doing wrestling at the time, but I was like, I don't know, I still want to do that and just give it a try. Like, I just have to give it a try. And so I went onto their Facebook page. Finally, they said they were having tryouts. I went out to the tryout, hurt my quad because I hadn't run a sprint in forever. But it was all good. I made the team, so that's it.
Kamilla, let's wrap this up with your social media.
Yes.
For fans, where can they go to check out Kamilla Kaine? You're going to want to check her out because this one is one of those ones where you put top prospect, the little asterisk by her name. So I don't want to give you a big head, but
no, we're good.
But hey, so social media, where can fans go?
Okay, so on Instagram, it's Kamilla Kaine, KAMILLA_KAINE_LFL. Twitter, just at Kamilla Kaine. And then on Facebook, you can find me at Kaylee Dawn Farmer. That's my athlete page. I didn't make it Kamilla Kaine because it is all my athletic endeavors together. So Kaylee Dawn Farmer on Facebook, Kamilla Kaine_LFL Instagram, and Kamilla Kaine Twitter.
And you can learn a lot on Twitter, such as you're a foodie.
Oh, yeah. I tried. That's the hardest part of wrestling is trying to watch that. I love sweets. I love everything. I watch Anthony Bourdain all the time. I want to travel the world and eat food. So that's what I want to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.